Um, Other specialists of sour milk treatment, which was the name how they was calling the use of sour milk, was claiming the Russian scientists claiming that the consumption of yogurt might increase the life expectancy. He argued that, I'm quoting, that the period that Eastern Europe, Balkan states and Russia, although its civilization is not high, contained many more centurions than Western Europe, end of the quote. In his work, The Prolongation of Life, Mechnikov connected longevity to the Bulgarian peasants. Mechnikov claimed that a Bulgarian scientist, Stamen Grigorov, the man in the middle, introduced him to the phenomenon of Bulgarian centurions. He stated that, I'm quoting, Grigorov, a Bulgarian student at Geneva, has been surprised by the number of centurions to be found in Bulgaria, a region in which yogurt or sour milk is the staple food, end of the quote. Actually, in 1995, Grigorov discovered the microorganism lactic acid bacillus that was the exact component transforming milk into yogurt. That was uncommon microorganism till when. Actually, the scientists they didn't know how the milk became ferment. The new found microorganism enabled future research on on its activity, but also made possible the industrial production of yogurt. Isolated from yogurt, originated from Bulgaria, later the microorganism was named by the scientific word Lactobacillus bulgaricus. Mechnikov researchers provoked a number of discussions that transformed yogurt into a vogue. The nutritionists and physicians recommended the sour milk treatment or the Bacillus bulgaricus therapy against the widespread intestinal disease. Dairy producers also became involved in that new fashion, promoting yogurt directly relating it to Bulgaria. As you can see, that's advertisement of Dutch yogurt producer, and actually what the advertiser said, it's do like the Bulgarian, drink yogurt to perceive your yogurt. So you can see, and they use that is supposed to be a Bulgarian. It's not exactly Bulgarian, but still they was creating that image. The popularity of the product Bulgarian yogurt was bound to the assumption that yogurt was an elixir of eternal life and longevity, as you can see. That belief was a result of the image of the healthy living peasants from Bulgaria and the Balkans distributed by Mechnikov. In 1910, the English dairy and nutritional specialist London M. Douglas, in order to promote fermented milk consumption, used the image of a centurion Bulgarian woman and her son as an introduction to his book, The Bacillus of Long Life. The author presented the 126-year-old woman. Actually was the fact because that became a popular figure at that time in the newspapers. They promoted that lady as the oldest woman in the world. So it wasn't invented by him, but he used her as already popular symbol to attribute that meanings to the Bacillus of Long Life, or the Bacillus bulgaricus. So the author announced the 126-year-old Bulgarian woman named Baba Vasilka. Baba is all grandma. So the grandma Vasilka, as I'm quoting, the oldest woman in the world. Her son Todor also presented at the picture, described as a youth of 101 years, active and vigorous, end of the quote. He directly attributed the connotation of Bulgarian yogurt as helpful nutrition by giving Baba Vasilka and her son, as I'm quoting, the typical example of people who live to a great age by the use of sour milk, as it has been their principal food all their lives, end of the quote. What one could not miss here was the absence of the Bulgarian state in the creation of the image of Bulgarian yogurt abroad. The Bulgarians did not participate in the yogurt introduction in Western Europe because of historical, political and economic factors. In 1980s, when the overall European dairy industrialization started, Bulgaria was under the legacy of the Ottoman Empire. While Central and Western Europe celebrated the rise of their industrial production, Bulgaria was struggling with its political independence that came in 1879. The modernization of dairy industry, a process active after 1920s, included change on different macro and micro levels, as well as the establishment of new institutions and the imposition of new production methods. Those new technological regimes were a rupture with the considered traditional models of production. According to the scientists, the yogurt manufactured at home was not produced in the correct way, according to them. The traditional way was very rudimentary, and that's why they consider it not correct way. They argued that the correct way was the one controlled by the science, where the processes were monitored and to eliminate surprises, and where the flavor, aroma, and the bacteria were under the control of the scientists. A main problem that the industrial production of yogurt made was that it resulted in change in taste and aroma of the product, as it was not already produced only at home, because that was a process to produce yogurt in dairies, but only in the urbanized areas, because yogurt production is so closely related to Bulgarian nutrition, so it was a practice to produce your own homemade yogurt each day. According to the scientists, that was so the problem with the change of taste, aroma, and so on was caused by the use of unclear, dirty, or old ferments that was introduced into milk. One of the boosters for dairy modernization, the dairy and veterinary specialist Catherine Jeff, graduated in Italy and France, believed that the modern dairyman should use selected starter cultures. The introduction of clear cultures, that's organisms who are selected in the laboratory, so they are clear, and you have only a strict strains that you're using, aiming the production of standardized product. It was also a way to avoid any declination on the level of production taste and quality. Other requirements for the good yogurt became the use of sterilized fresh raw material with good quality and sterilized vessels. The cultivation of the clear cultures raised the question what was the typical Bulgarian product, which were the microorganisms for its production, what was the correlation between them, and what characteristics they should have. To answer those questions, Bulgarian scientists based their explanations on the scientific rationality. A new stage of the Bulgarian authentication of Bulgarian yogurt was set after 1944, when the Bulgarian Communist Party promoted a new socio-political, economic and production order. In the logic of the development of a central planned, highly mechanized industry, the dairy industry was redirected into large technological dairy plants. The dairy and yogurt production turned from home technology or craftsmanship, what was in the previous period, to a part of the production range of the newly established large-scale, highly mechanized dairy plants. Lacking a technology adapted to yogurt mass production resulted in production problems, low quality yogurt, and not happy consumers. The production problems required technological solutions in order to guarantee food quality good quality of the end product. The solution came from the Haiger Institute for Food and Flour Industries in Plovdiv. In the research laboratory of the institute in 1964 and 1965, Bulgarian microbiologist Tanya Grigorov working on the experimental technology for industrial yogurt production. His research ended up with proposal of a new technology for production of Bulgarian yogurt. So his technology enabled the full mechanization of the process, and you can see a picture of industrial, it's a fulling machine for the yogurt jars, and the picture is from 1971. In 1936, for the need of the industrial dairy production, the Central Experimental and Production Laboratory for Pure Cultures was established in Sofia. The purpose of the laboratory was to produce starters for the manufacturing of traditional dairy products distributed to the dairy plants in the country. From 1965, two research teams carried out a large numbers of investigation on the cultivation of starter cultures of Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaricus, which was considered as the typical components of Bulgarian yogurt. In 1970, an ambitious project started aiming to collect and select strains for the production of yogurt defined as typical Bulgarian. So the main aim was to create Bulgarian product. I mean, not only good quality industrial yogurt, but Bulgarian. So that was the way how they defined their scientific research. The employees of the laboratory isolated a large number of lactic acid bacteria, collecting samples from homemade Bulgarian yogurt, and from natural sources as well from various regions of Bulgaria. As a main characteristic of the Bulgarian yogurt, they defined the mutual interaction between Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus bulgaricus, popular in the scientific literature as a symbiotic relation. The result of 3 years of research and thousands of experiments were 7 symbiotic blends of those two microorganisms. As the diversity of combinations between different Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus strains leads to differences in yogurt flavor, aroma, and texture. The selection of symbiotic starters with typical characteristics reduced the differences and formed a typical Bulgarian product. These selected 7 symbiotic starters developed in 1972 ensured the production of a standardized original Bulgarian yogurt. In 1972, researchers from the Central Laboratory, together with pediatricians and nutritionists, started joint research on the beneficial health effects of the fermented products manufactured with the original Bulgarian strains of Lactobacillus. The research of the healthy characteristics of Bulgarian yogurt and these microorganisms was another way of identification of the product. The researchers aimed to prove the advantages of Bulgarian yogurt over the other similar products. Science turned it into instrument for the authentication of Bulgarian yogurt, and the scientists acted as promoter of its uniqueness. The scientific experiments were a basis for promotion of a national pride and creating of an image of extraordinarily and priority of those extraordinarity and the priority of the Bulgarian yogurt. That image grew to a national mythology, refusing to admit that good yogurt might be produced elsewhere, claiming that a product with a characteristic of the Bulgarian yogurt was possible to produce only in Bulgaria. That popular belief was blind about the export of the cultures and know-how for yogurt production, which was made by the Bulgarians themselves. Transforming it into another national myth rather. So we are exporting our products, so that means that it's the best, and the people are refusing our technology because they would like to have as good product as we have. So the export of culture and know-how for production of yogurt was explained as another demonstration of the supremacy of our yogurt. The promotion, here you can see some of the products which are produced by those Bulgarian technology and with the help of Bulgarian experts. And so the international success of Bulgarian yogurt promoted by the popular press, and the people in Bulgaria was very happy that it's a fact. So till 1989, the Bulgarian dairy industry successfully exported starter cultures and technology for yogurt production under Bulgarian license in Japan, Germany, Switzerland, Netherlands, Cyprus, Finland, France, Australia, USA, and so on. The promotion of the Bulgarian yogurt abroad was realized through the export of starter cultures and patents, know-how, and technology for its production. In the case of license, the Bulgarian specialists afforded a technological assistance in order to guarantee the efficiency of the technology through a scientific, total significant site of the production of original product. The technological competence was not the key feature to make Bulgarian product to differ. The uniqueness, the Bulgarian specialists believe, was beyond the visible, hidden in the visible world, in the invisible world of the microorganism. So the microorganism was considered as the most significant characteristic of the Bulgarianness of their product. The Bulgarian microbiologist Maria Kondratenko and Zdravko Nikolov asserted that, I'm quoting, one major distinction between the Bulgarian yogurt starters and the starters with the same species content applied in the other countries, it is the continuous symbiotic relation existing between the two species. End of the quote. The proto-cooperation between Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus was considered responsible for the specific taste and aroma of the Bulgarian yogurt. Here, a national mythology intertwined the scientific achievements. When scientists were selecting the symbiotic combination, they used samples from the Bulgarian nature or from yogurt produced according to considered as traditional way. The microorganisms were perceived as combination between Bulgarian nature, culture, and tradition. I like that picture very much because it presents exactly how it's. You can see the traditions, the different generation. It's supposed to be the Bulgarian mountains, and of course you can see in the Bulgarian yogurt, which make you healthy, and you can climb the mountains and whatever you want. The exported starters were encompassing the best of, so the cultures was combining the best of all these images. The geographical and climatic condition, together with the traditions Bulgarian people had in dairy production, became a key argument for Bulgarians to claim that real yogurt might be produced only in Bulgaria, and that this was the best yogurt in the world. Those mythologies became part of the export discourse, but they were well developed in Bulgaria as well. Instead of conclusion, I just would like to show you how the myths of Bulgaria yogurt perform. So you can see that is the list of nominants. So there in 210 there was an initiative by the Bulgarian Association of Business and Tourist Information. So they was trying to find the Bulgarian symbols. So it was a public discourse going on that subject as well. And all Bulgarians was invited to vote on their web page for probably a half of year to say what they're believing is the Bulgarian symbol. So that ended up with 33 proposals, which was divided into categories: natural sites, cultural and history heritage, and food and drinks. So the first place for food and drink symbol, Bulgarian symbol, was for the yogurt. And that was all the symbol of Bulgaria as a home land of yogurt is very well exploited by the Bulgarian tourist agencies. As you can see, one of their sites. Welcome to Bulgaria, home of roses, yogurt and wine. So not only Bulgarian was using that myth for the Bulgarian yogurt. Okay, I am going to show you another mythology that the bacteria that is here. So the bacteria that contributes to transforming milk into yogurt and giving it its unique quality, Bacillus bulgaris, grow only in Bulgaria, which of course is not the true. You can find it. The quality or might be different, but still it's not only, you cannot find it only in Bulgaria. So those are not, those are Bulgarian yogurts, but they are not produced according to Bulgarian technology. I mean that foreigner producers also are happy to use that brand to sell more products. And as well the consumers also distinguish the Bulgarian yogurt, so they also reproduce that myth. It's you can see that it's American webpage promoting healthy lifestyle and eating. So you can see that they distinguish Bulgarian yogurt and just regular yogurt. And so, thank you.